This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Mic check. 1, 2. Are we recording? Hi, I'm Michelle Bernstein, an award-winning chef, restaurateur, and mom. I have a lot on my plate, including my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. That's why I was prescribed Cosentyx. It helps me move better.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for people 2 years of age and older with active psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some were fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, and Donald Trump.
They went after a guy named Roger Stone, who's sitting in the office. And I'll say this in front of Roger, he's no baby. And right now, he's cleaner than anybody in this place. No, they treated him very unfairly.
All of these presidents relied on one man to secure their seat in the Oval Office. That man is Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
This is the Roger Stone Show, presented by Colonial Metals Group. Now, here's Roger Stone.
And we're back. This is the Roger Stone Show. Joining us now, Anthony Constantino. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Sticker Mule, which is one of the most successful internet-based printing companies, which he has grown to a company of 1,200 employees in 39 countries with his base in Amsterdam, New York. Now, Amsterdam, New York was once a thriving manufacturing city, but the globalist trade policies of multiple administrations turned it into a ghost town. Then our friend Anthony was able to purchase the Founder Building, one of the biggest buildings in town. Anthony, welcome to the Roger Stone Show. I'm going to let you pick up the story from there.
Thanks, Roger. Honored to be here and honored to be talking to you and letting all your listeners hear the story. It's a interesting story. I didn't expect myself to be in this situation, but really ever since a bullet hit President Trump back in July, I've been trying to do everything I can to stop the anti-Trump hate situation that's been driving everyone nuts for the last 8 years. And I thought the best way to stop it is just show people in a respectful way that I support President Trump and encourage other people to speak up, because far too many people with great backgrounds and respected people stay quiet, and it makes it easy to define the Trump voter in a not so nice way. So I decided to put this sign on top of my building, and I moved very quickly. I had a team of artists design a beautiful sign. We put it on top of the building, and next thing I knew, all sorts of enthusiasm was building to see the sign. We did a party on last Monday. We did a party last Monday, and the outpouring of excitement and enthusiasm for the sign went through the roof. People wanted to come from all over the country to see it. People wanted to drive in from all sorts of neighboring cities to see it. And as soon as my local Democrat mayor got word of the sign, he started hearing about the enthusiasm and the excitement, he hit me with a restraining order preventing me from showing the sign. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was told that if I displayed the sign, I was going to end up in jail because you can't violate a restraining order. And so I had to get really good lawyers. I had to get a criminal lawyer to advise me of my personal criminal risks and whatnot. And we went forward with the event. I had 3,000 plus people show up. I saw a front hand. I was just telling you how dishonest the media is. Somebody said a few hundred people showed up, but my friend runs an MMA promotion with 2,000 plus people, and we had 3,000 people show up. It was an incredible event. And just minutes before the event started, I got word from my lawyer that the judge agreed with us. The mayor was wrong, and the judge vacated the restraining order and let me go forward with the event and light the sign. So it ended up being a big success, really, for Democrats and Republicans alike in upstate New York, because now we got a sort of national landmark in Amsterdam, New York, which is a small town that not a lot of people know about. But I guess it seems the whole country knows a little bit more about it now, and President Trump knows about it too, because he wrote a nice thank you on Truth Social.
I'm looking at the complaint from the city of Amsterdam, which is, of course, a public record. You are charged with having a political sign that is 100 square feet in gross surface, which has been installed on the roof of your building, and that is in violation of the fact that you did not have a permit. The newly constructed sign, they say, exceeds the maximum height in the light industrial zone for signs. You also are charged with saying that the newly constructed sign does not advertise a product or a service, and therefore it's not principally available on the premises. But my favorite complaint was your sign was so big and so cool and so well lit. Well, it was a hazard for drivers who might be driving by and see it. You got to be kidding me with this stuff.
No, I told people very simply, I just said, look, people like beautiful signs, and they know how to drive cars. I mean, it's really a silly thing that the mayor thought, he could make an argument that if people don't know how to drive cars, it's a good thing this guy's not the mayor of Las Vegas, or he'd have to shut the whole city down.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. The outpouring of support for you has really been heartening, because this is at heart a free speech issue. I mean, on this show just recently, we played audio of Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton insisting that, we need to restrict free speech. We can't allow this misinformation, particularly on the internet. Well, who is to say what misinformation is? I mean, Hillary Clinton destroyed 30,000 emails with a hammer and bleach bit. She knew they were under subpoena. But if I say that and somebody disagrees with it, you're guilty of misinformation. It's we're moving into very, very strange times. I see President Trump announced that he's going to Madison Square Garden for the mother of all rallies. That's October 27th, certain to be a sellout. And a friend right near you, Anthony, tells me that Kamala Harris is spending money on cable advertising in deep blue New York. What's going on here? Is Donald Trump on the move in New York State?
It seems like it could be. I'm one of these people that likes to believe anything is possible, similar to President Trump. Everybody said you can't become president if you got no prior political experience, and he pulled that off. So people say President Trump can't win New York. Maybe that's gonna happen too. But I'm one of these people that can think that thinks anything's possible, and it seems like October 27th might be another historic day in American history. It's an exciting thing that he's coming to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I think people also have to recognize that the spillover to New Jersey, to eastern Pennsylvania, and obviously to Connecticut. Now, I don't think Connecticut, my native state, is in play. I was born at the Norwalk Hospital, grew up there in Fairfield County. So my cousins are all listening to the show today. I can assure you of that. But it has multiple political applications. I think it's really quite brilliant. Plus, my guess is that he will sell out the garden. It seems also to me like Joe Biden continues to resent the fact that he was pushed out by Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. He was very quick to rush to the White House press room to announce the settlement of the longshoremen's strike, when he knew on the other end of the country, Michigan, I believe, that Kamala Harris was preparing to take the stage and do exactly that. So it is amazing that he seems to have Kamala Harris, I would say, in his death grip. Here's a cut, RS2 actually, of Joe Biden.
Be herself. Look, she is smart as hell, number one. Yeah. She's tough. She was a first-rate prosecutor. She is a United States Senator of significant consequence. And as vice president, there wasn't a single thing that I did that she couldn't do. And so I was able to delegate her responsibility on everything from foreign policy to domestic policy. Look, the one thing we have in common, she and I, two basic things that are different, departed from some Democrats, some past Democratic notions. We thought the way to build this country and build the economy, which was left in tatters, was to build a middle class.
Boy, that guy's so full of it, his eyes are brown, but you can hear him with the death grip she was in on everything. One of the most unpopular presidents in our history. And then, for reasons I don't really understand, Kamala Harris, whose campaign has been trying to put distance, Anthony, between herself and Joe Biden, she steps right into it. Listen to this.
Well, if anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Wow. I'm not sure I would have said that if I were her, but they're really now having to roll out Barack Obama himself. I mean, Barack Obama being the star attraction in the Democrat Party. And then he says, to quote the New York Post, that black male voters are not buying Kamala. He says that the brothers are not into her. So I'm not surprised. They're seeing the same thing that we are seeing. If you look at the polls, I've said here on the show before, Anthony, you can't look at any one poll. You got to look at multiple polls taken within the same time period using solid methodology. You know that this is a skin-tight race. I want to commend you, Anthony, for your courage. I know there were some dark moments there where the judge was, or the mayor was insisting that you be thrown in jail for having a Donald Trump sign on top of your building. Tell us quickly about Sticker Mule, because this is a success story that people need to hear.
Yeah, we're the, I call it the internet's hottest printing company, fastest growing printing company. I'm the sole owner, which is why I get a little bit more freedom than other people to go out and do what I think makes sense for the world. And I really built the company just trying to solve problems. I solved the problem making it easy to buy online printing. I like solving problems. I don't particularly focus on making money. All the best CEOs seem to operate that way. Elon, I don't think, spends a lot of time thinking about making money. He thinks about sending rockets to Mars and building. You see the robot he built yesterday? That was pretty cool. And Steve Jobs, I don't think, did the same thing either. So we got a great company. We're in 1,200 people in 39 countries. And I like solving problems. People say, why'd you get involved in this whole situation? And this is a big problem that needs to get solved, or else we're going to end up in a country that nobody wants to live in.
All right. Thank you to Anthony Constantino. Folks, don't go away. Barry Habib, perhaps the country's leading expert on mortgages and housing and a shrewd economic analyst, is going to be right along to tell us why the latest jobs numbers put out by the Harris-Biden administration are bunk. We'll be right back.